And then, Will, to answer your question about the Indiana Fever, DeWanna Bonner, I couldn't agree more. I mean, there's championship buzz, permeating all through social media and so forth.
Because they
Um,
got our girl on that team also,
oh yeah, absolutely.
Sophie Cunningham.
Sophie Cunningham,
Yes.
exactly. Exactly. And then you got Lexie Hull, and then you got Aaliyah Boston, and then you got Natasha Howard, and you got Kelsey Mitchell, and then Caitlin Clark, who I refer to as you know who. So, like, I was there this past Saturday, or Sunday, I was in Iowa. I covered the Fever Brazil exhibition at Carver Hawkeye Arena, and it was everything that it was expected to be. I mean, and then just to cap it off, and you also have to factor in you also have to know that Caitlin, she missed out on the first preseason game against the Washington Mystics with a leg injury, and so she was tending to that. And then she comes out, she plays around like 30 minutes in the exhibition against Brazil in her home at Iowa, and fittingly. And if you go to Carver Hawkeye Arena, they have the spot marked off where she became the all-time leading scorer. It's number 22 right there on the court. And she decides to just chuck it from that spot, and it goes in. No surprise. It goes in. And then the crowd just goes berserk. It was loud. And so and she even said after the game, like, the goal is to win a championship. And with that lineup, with that starting five, the mixture of veterans and youth, there's no telling what that team can do.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Zach. I'm a little upset they that good. I'm looking like my Chicago Sky. That hurts me knowing that they in the same division sitting over there. And I'm glad you brought those names up, man, because I want to get from both you and Agee. This is who I think right now, according to Will Gates, this is just my top 5 players, I think, in the WNBA right now. And then I want to get you guys' thoughts on it, but also, who are your top 5? I got one, Caitlin Clark, obviously, Napheesa Collier, A'ja Wilson, Sabrina Ionescu, and Angel Reese. Those are my top 5. What do you think about that list?
That's a pretty good list. Good list. I mean, I would.
Ain't bad.
It's not bad at
Anybody
all.
would you take out? Anybody would put in?
Oh my God, that's a good question. Well, I mean, you did mention A'ja Wilson.
Absolutely.
Like I said before, if you ask me, she's still the best all-around player in the game.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so it's hard to honestly, it's kind of hard to think about anybody else at this point.
I got a
pretty
small
good.
forward in Napheesa Collier. I got a power forward in Angel Reese. I got a 2 guard in Sabrina Ionescu. I got a point guard in Caitlin Clark. And I got who can play all 5 positions in A'ja Wilson.
If you ask me, that could actually be the starting lineup for the Olympics in 2028.
Yes.
Yeah, I can't argue with that, Will. Honestly, I can't argue with that. I don't know if AG's got something else up his sleeve.
Even though you bring that up, 2028, I want to throw some names at you, because since we're talking about that, you brought it up.
Okay.
I'm going to give you 3 names right now that could probably at some point, if the trajectory of their careers move forward, they might be able to crack this top 5.
Mm-hmm.
One, she isn't there yet, but she will be. Juju coming.
I was just
Juju
thinking that.
is coming. I mean, we might as well call her WNBA player because she coming.
Oh, she is.
You got Paige Beckers, Kiki Arefin. Hope I got her name right because she is so dominant. I mean, truthfully, if Juju doesn't get hurt, that UConn USC game would have been phenomenal. And then I'm going to throw a name at you both, man. Sonia Citron from Notre Dame. She tough, man. She tough.
I mean, it's almost absolute. I mean, it's funny you mentioned that because I was talking with some colleagues of mine this past Sunday, and we were talking about who would be on the Olympic team in 2028, and the names that you mentioned earlier, your top 5, Will, are pretty obvious. But Juju certainly would be on that team, and then Paige could be on that team. And the thing about Paige is, she's coming into the league with a tremendous amount of hype and a tremendous amount of expectation, playing for the Wings, a rebuilding franchise. The biggest thing is because she's a great all-around player, and her trajectory coming from an ACL injury a few years ago to deciding to come back and stick it out for one more year at UConn, them winning the championship, a few months ago, having her best season ever, and then coming in as the number one pick. Obviously, there's all this hype and anticipation surrounding her. The biggest thing for her is making sure that she's healthy, making sure that she stays healthy, because there's a lot riding on it. I know that she's been working with a team of trainers to make sure that she stays healthy and looks after her regularly. So it's really incumbent upon her if she can remain healthy this season. And then if she can do that and she can put on an impressive season this year, maybe even win Rookie of the Year, there's no telling what she can do in the future. But I do agree that, when 2028 rolls around and it's time for the Olympics, she could definitely find a spot on that team.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to say both you and Agee. Go ahead, Agee.
Well, let me pick my 5.
I ain't know you had 5. Give them to me there. Give them to me there.
Let's
Who
go.
you got?
My 5. This is my going with the Stewie. Going with
I
Asia.
forget that.
Going with Jonquel Jones.
JJ.
I'm going with Chelsea Gray. And then I'm going to end it with Sabrina.
That's pretty good.
I ain't mad at that list.
No,
I ain't
that's
mad at
pretty
that
good.
list.
Yeah.
I chose youth over age, so I ain't mad at your list. But I did.
Okay.
I chose the future. The folks that's carrying the lead. Don't get me wrong. I think Stewie's so dominant.
Uh-huh.
But we also recognize this too. Stewie's on the other side too. She's on the other side of it.
Yeah, but that she got her first one, and that getting that first one rejuvenates you a little bit. Like you get a taste of.
That's our first one in New York. That ain't our first one.
Yep. Well, yeah, New York. That's like New York that has adopted her. Like that's our girl. So she I think she's been rejuvenated. She want to go back to back.
Well, I think that's going to be tough for New York this year. I don't think they got the horses